I spent my entire life helping my family. I paid hospital bills, college tuition, and even saved my son's house from foreclosure. At our annual family reunion, I believed I was surrounded by people who loved me. 24 hours later, I logged into my bank account, and every dollar, I had worked for it. When I confronted my son and his wife, she looked me in the eyes, smiled, and said, "We needed it more." I said only one word. "Okay." Then I made a single phone call that changed every one of their lives forever. My name is Harrison. I am 68 years old and spent more than 40 years building a successful construction company in Colorado. My wife passed away 8 years ago, and after that, my son became my entire world. I trusted him completely. I believed family always came before money. Every summer, our entire family gathered at my lakeside home. I paid for the food, the entertainment, and every expense because I wanted everyone together. My daughter-in-law, Savannah, always acted polite in front of guests, but I often noticed her watching my home and belongings more than she watched people. During the reunion, she insisted on helping me with my online banking because she claimed my phone looked outdated. I politely refused, but later that evening, she borrowed my phone to take family pictures. I never imagined that a few minutes with my phone would change everything. The next morning, I logged into my account. My retirement savings had disappeared. More than $400,000 had been transferred through several electronic payments. I thought the bank had made a terrible mistake. When I called customer service, they confirmed the transfers had been approved. Using my own device with multi-factor verification, someone had accessed my phone and authorized every payment. I drove straight to my son's house. I showed them the bank statement. Before my son could even speak, Savannah laughed and crossed her arms. She said, "We needed it more than you. You are old. You already had your life." The room became silent. My son never defended me. He simply looked at the floor. I did not yell. I did not threaten anyone. I quietly looked at both of them and said, "Okay." Then I walked outside and made one phone call. I called my attorney first. Within an hour, every document giving my son future control over my estate was canceled. Every inheritance plan was rewritten. Then my attorney contacted the bank's fraud department. Their investigators immediately discovered new devices connected to my accounts and traced the transfers into accounts connected to Savannah's relatives. By evening, local detectives arrived with financial investigators. Search warrants followed quickly because electronic evidence showed intentional fraud and identity theft. My son finally called me crying. He begged me to stop the investigation. He claimed Savannah convinced him everything would be temporary. I answered calmly, "You stayed silent when she stole from your father. Now you can explain your silence to the investigators." Several weeks later, the court ordered the frozen money returned. Additional assets purchased with my savings were seized. Savannah faced multiple financial crime charges. My son received probation after cooperating and repaying the remaining losses. Months later, I sold my large house and established a scholarship in my late wife's name for students whose parents could not afford college. Instead of leaving wealth to people who betrayed me, I used it to change thousands of lives. The greatest revenge was never anger. It was protecting my future, rebuilding my peace, and refusing to reward betrayal. Money can always be earned again. Trust is much harder to rebuild. The people who betray you often believe you will stay silent forever. But dignity, truth, and justice always have a voice. Sometimes the strongest response is not shouting. It is making one calm decision that changes everything forever.